All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Provider IBM Cloud meeting today on October 28th. This is part of Code of Conduct. So I'm gonna do this. Even we just have Siglitz today. My name is Sadhu Zala. The meeting host today. Just keep in mind that this is a public meeting. We are recording it and we'll make it available on Kubernetes YouTube channel. So with that, let's look at the agenda. There are it's light agenda. The first thing I see is IKS related updates. So Richard, would you like to provide any updates there, please?
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Oh, that would be even better, yeah.
Oh, it says you're a host and you've disabled attendee screen sharing.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
That's
I think
okay.
by default, that was turned off. So you are a co-host now, Richard.
Okay.
You try it again, please.
Will do. All right, share desktop. How about now? You see my screen?
Yep.
All right, good deal. So I just wanted to provide a few updates, and we've posted them, and hopefully folks are okay with that. And we post on the Provider IBM Cloud channel. This is updates for the product. Obviously, Kubernetes under the covers is driving our releases here, and this is for both IKS and ROCs and our Cloud Controller Manager, which runs in both of those. So we did release 119 by Kubernetes, and then OpenShift 4.5 October 13th. So those are in production now, and then we have some patch updates going on. So I've been trying to keep this channel posted with releases, patches, and security notifications at a regular basis. And I just wanted to point out a few of the things that are really, I think, really positive from the Kubernetes community standpoint. This is their blog for 119. And the one thing that I think really stands out is this adoption of a 1-year support cycle. That's really, I think, going to help a lot of vendors, managed services, so on, to help their users in particular stay current. Because I think we find a lot of our users on IKS and even over on OpenShift, like they don't want to upgrade all the time. Once a year is probably enough, right? If they can get by with that, that would be good. Or once every 6 months, this really helps them achieve that goal. So that was really a positive. And then we're really looking forward to the topology and endpoint improvements that they're working on, especially at scale that we're noticing in our cloud. This is our announcement for our release. We no longer support 115, and we've deprecated 116. Now the community's already made 116 unsupported as well, but we have a little bit longer deprecation cycle than they do, and we'll make it unsupported next year early. So that's just basically the release timeline. And then OpenShift for 4.5. We made that available, and actually they have a 4.6 that just came out yesterday. So OpenShift moves pretty quick. But anyway, OpenShift 4.5 is based on Kube 118. So from our IBM Cloud user group perspective, in the cloud provider, the cloud controller manager, since this is based on Kube 118, it runs our 118 cloud controller manager. Whereas, in Kube IKS version 118, we run the 118 version. So we try to stay consistent on the Kube version with our cloud controller managers running on OpenShift. And then we also have a blog posted. You can link to it from the Slack channel. And we have the latest versions, minus now 4.6s just came out. So we're working on that. I think the 4.6 cycle, I don't have a view on what that's gonna, or the 4.7 cycle, which is next on OpenShift standard or OpenShift release. I don't have a view of when that's gonna come out, but for Kubernetes 120, they're trying to target that at the beginning of December. So it's a little bit shorter of a cycle, and 119 was much longer of a cycle. So I'm expecting some new features, but probably not even close to what they worked on and delivered in 119. So that's just a bit of a quick and quick update of our releases in IKS and Rocks, and then based on what's going on in Kube community. And then as far as the cloud provider is concerned, with our 120 release, we're making our dependency management within the cloud controller managers. So we already version our cloud controller manager based on version of Kubernetes, which we've been doing for quite some time. We're already using the CCM, same version, both in IKS and Rock. So we're making good progress there. Now the next step is if we can narrow down the dependencies and make it much simpler to build. Now we're on towards a path of open source, which would be ideally if we can get that done and a team to help run the open source project. We're well on our way to doing what we've set out to do a long time ago, as you already know. So that was my quick update. Any questions, guys? I can't hear you, Sade, if you're talking.
Oh yeah, I put myself on mute, so
okay, no worries.
I just have one kind of tangential question, but is us or Rocks today, or plan to be, or
there is GPU support for IKS. I don't know how. But I know the team that could give me the answer on that.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, and while I was on mute, I was saying that I have a couple just questions to know more about it, and I was saying, Khalid, you can go ahead, and I'm glad that you did. You know, when I was on mute, you heard me. No, so I was wondering, was it, yeah, the LTS, the support side, right? I know, Richard, you had that as part of the KubeCon sessions recording.
Mm-hmm.
I think a couple of times that was going on in community, all the discussions. So that seems like that discussion is now, it's like has been resolved. The final answer is that 1 year support cycle. That's the end of the discussion. So
well, okay, so they have a long-term support working group which has dissolved now, and the end result was they're kept and basically the 1 year support window. But the questions come back up. Well, not the question. They kind of they took down the LTS group as far as I know, but they still have a next phase of the work which they're trying to decide what to do. And then I've seen it on Twitter and posted in other forums. I think in the mailing list, it's like, should Kubernetes now go to 3 releases per year or maintain and keep 4 releases per year, right? So that's the next question. And so far, the data that's come in seems to suggest on the order of 60 to 20% or 60 to 40%, I'm sorry, that people would prefer 3 releases from Kube per year versus 4. So that may be the next thing we see in 2021 is that they slow the pace, go to 3 if approved.
yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I'm sure people do prefer that less releases, right? I mean, it's less headache, I guess. The second thing I just want, so I'm pretty sure that's the case, but with the IBM Cloud Provider, the CCM, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the layer for both, right? It's been used by IKS and Rocks. Rocks is the same cloud provider, right? I mean, there's no, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
it's running on the IBM Cloud, right? So
it does. It just depends on the version. So Rocks is right. Yeah. So we just depending on whatever version that OpenShift based their release of on Kubernetes, that's what we'll use for our cloud provider for that release. The same one. That's our target.
Gotcha. So the cloud provider also has different I mean, frequent releases or no? They are versioned or?
Yeah, we have versioned
We
our
have.
cloud provider
Okay.
based on Kubernetes. So we got a 119 version of the cloud provider that's based on Kube 119. We build this the same Go, same Kube dependencies. So we just make it simple that way. And there was a cap on the cloud provider side with respect to this. That was a suggestion. All cloud providers should have a versioning scheme based on Kubernetes. So we've been following that for the entire time. So it was no issue for us.
Okay. Got. Yeah, that exactly that makes it easy to use, right?
Right. I mean, technically, you can mix and match, and in fact, in Rocks or OpenShift, we had to use a newer version, I believe, than what the actual OpenShift version is based on. But it's pretty flexible. The cloud provider is, but they wanted to at least set up some standards so that they could choose to put on deprecations and unsupport some features, right? Like take away something, right, on the interface. But they needed to establish some standards for that. That was just part of the work driving that.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that was the. Yeah. So there's no question for me. Khalid, do you have anything to discuss or?
No, I think I'm good in that respect.
Okay. So, and the agenda, I mean, it just, the other thing was about KubeCon session updates. And, I know we talked earlier before we started recording. So just to mention here, we did send the recorded version for upcoming KubeCon, which is next month. And we'll be there when they play the recording, right, to the KubeCon and for live Q&A. It was pretty good. We also did in one turn. Things went well. I think there was no networking issue or anything.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So that exit like 25 minutes. Good job. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't have much update yet, Khalid, but on cluster API, IBM Cloud side, we will think some work will be starting to do, some sort of building on the previous work, right?
Right. They were going to work on VPC, right? Wasn't the next
exactly
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
That's on that. Right. So that's progressing. Support for the VPC.
That's true. Yes. Yeah. They, like I said, we don't have much update yet, but it is progressing, and we should have some more update that we can share. Right. I think there'll be some new pull requests in that repo, the cluster API repo, and I think hopefully soon. I think that's the last thing I heard. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for I think the call. It was good. Yeah, good chat. Good catching up with few things. Right. Yep.
I did have one question with the virtual session that we had submitted as speakers. Like when it was a real in-person KubeCon, we'd get a free pass. Does the same apply on the virtual KubeCon?
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So you should have received an email, Richard, and I will forward you that email. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember, because the only difference I noticed was, that has a link for registration, and there was no discount code or anything. I know in the past we had to add, copy paste some code they provided.
Right.
At the end, or in the beginning. I mean, but this one was, I think, just the URL, and it takes care of things, without you worrying about any code. And it's a free registration. Yes.
Okay. So all right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that's what I was probably missing. That I thought I was expecting a code that I had to enter.
Okay, yeah, you might read the email, but didn't have any code or anything. I think so. You might like, hey, just wait.
Right.
Yeah. But I'll find that email. I'll forward it to you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, yep, no problem. Khalid, are you planning to attend the virtual event or?
It will depend on my schedule with other meetings and so on. But if you could probably send me when the cloud provider SIG meeting is,
Yeah.
I'll try and attend that one if I can. I guess I'll have to register or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a cost for attendees or?
Well, I think there is. So for keynotes, I think it's free.
Okay.
Right. I think so. The keynotes are free. For other sessions, it's very nominal, like $50 or something like that. Right. It's not a big cost.
Right.
But I think I don't know if I may find some. If I find some pastor, yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to attend our session, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we would like to have you there too if you can, right? So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just let me know when it is, and maybe give me the details, and I'll try and attend.
Yeah. No, I will send that email. Yep.
Great.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
All right, then. I guess this is the meeting for today.
Okay.
Let's have some time back, and
Yep.
yeah. Cool.
Take care.
Well, Richard, thanks for the updates. Khalid, thanks for joining, and
Bye-bye.
talk to you later.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sounds
All
good,
right.
guys. Thank you.
All right. Yep. Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye.